What up, Chipper Chap?
Chipper
This
Chap?
is Chipper Chap Chat episode 133.5 for some reason.
Yeah, plus additional.
Yeah, so I just I forgot to mention something when we were talking about all the speculation going on about Endgame, and we started talking about it, and we said, "Fuck it, let's record it. It's interesting."
Yeah.
Uh, so there's a bunch of speculation that Ultron could be an Endgame as well, and I meant to bring it up while we are on the show, but we were talking about so many things, I got distracted and forgot about it. But so one of the theories about Ultron, the one that I think is the most likely to be complete nonsense because it's just kind of I feel like it's more of a coincidence than anything, but they're reading into it. So
Right.
in Age of Ultron, before any kind of time anything is introduced to us, Banner says to Tony Stark in Age of Ultron, I'm stuck in a time loop. I feel like we're repeating our same mistakes, yada yada. Like he mentions time loop.
Okay.
So they were saying that they think that we've actually been in a time loop since Age of Ultron, that Strange put us in, because it is a pivotal moment in which the everything shifted or something like that. It's some big moment that they have to go back to.
If they did something like this, bro,
All right.
that's like
It's interesting because we already know that somehow, some way, we're gonna see the Avengers one battle again.
yes. I mean, based on all the behind the scene footage the images we've seen.
We saw Ant-Man in the battle from the first.
Yes, which makes no sense.
It was already weird enough because the version of Stark we see is different. He's wearing like a shield outfit and his hair is different. But without that, Ant-Man is in it, so we know it's not the same. It's not like just old pictures that
No.
nobody had seen.
Exactly. Because I mean, Cap looks like Cap from that. Thor looks like
Right.
Thor from that.
Loki
Except
is Loki from that.
Loki's Loki from that. Except Ant-Man is in there.
Except for Ant-Man is there, and Tony looks different because
Tony
he's got.
looks, yeah, Tony's not wearing Iron Man. He's got just this blue outfit.
Because I think he's there. Cause I think they're doing some sort of timey-wimey bullshit. Some people have speculated that it's like some version of the barf technology because in Civil War, they showed that Iron Man could go back to his memories and like
Oh.
experience, and everybody was speculating that's what those little fucking wristwatch things
Okay,
were.
so it's basically so that wristwatch thing that everybody had in their hands is essentially it links you to the person that's going back in time for their memory.
Right.
So are they seeing Tony's memory?
That is one hypothesis.
Why is Ant-Man in there with his suit?
Exactly. I don't think it is that. I think that the little hand things are something that enables them to go into the quantum realm.
Yes.
Because it's like the little dial thing that's
exactly.
on belt or whatever. But it's probably some version of that tech that can get them in and out of different time vortices that they set up in fucking Ant-Man. Spoiler alert for that movie. So I think they're jumping around in time and trying to snatch the stones before Thanos knows where they're at, because he'll be looking for them at certain locations. Like when Thor takes Loki back, he takes the Tesseract or whatever and the little fucking weird mechanical lock thing, and then they zoom back off to Asgard. So I'm thinking Tony is in this mission. He's in disguise as a shield agent, and the rest of them are there just as superheroes, probably navigating this battle. I think Cap. I'm wondering if there's a moment where they interact with Cap, but they're interacting with the old Cap.
Right. But
I
because
just
he's Cap, he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if what that interaction is. I don't even want to speculate because I think it'll be fun, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But something happens where they meet, and those things are just quantum devices, because they also showed that hand thing is on the Thor action figure, the one of him in the armor thing.
Oh, and the Avengers armor.
Yeah, so I think that's Thor, like I think Quantum Realm is the main shit that's going on
Mm-hmm.
in we're getting a bunch of like jumping into like portals to different times and
Can't
all kinds of
wait.
crazy shit.
Can't
Um,
wait.
but the Ultron theory that is not that the because the I'm in a time loop thing I think is nonsense. I think he just happened to say that. I don't think that that
Sure.
is actually going back there. The other thing about the Ultron thing is they think that that is the character who's being taken out of those shots where you have the big gaps
Ultron's with him.
because they're saying that the Ultron robot was Tony's in game to deal with space and shit. And so there is speculation that the only one of the only big things that they would have to take out would be some kind of spoiler like a villain who is now a hero. You wouldn't want to show that in the
Would that be
trailer.
Vision?
I think Vision is an interesting one because we haven't seen anything about Vision in it because
Because
that would be a spoiler of him being back.
because because if it is Vision,
Vision is a better guess than Ultron to me.
if it's the white Vision,
That would be so dope.
because you know how everyone's rocking the white Avengers suit?
Yeah,
If he's essentially just a white version of Vision because it's the Avengers suit.
that suit, but
That's
yeah,
that's their Easter egg for the fans of like, you wanted a white Vision, here's your white Vision.
I don't know how many people are gunning for the white.
I
Vision.
don't care. I think that's legit. If it was Vision, cool. Because I'd believe it. He's a CG character for the most part. You can remove him. They do a lot of editing on him anyways. Like, I know it's
I
he's
think that's
there.
better than Ultron for sure.
I like Vision. Because technically, when you think about it, Vision is the upgraded version of Ultron, so to speak.
Right. I think the only other thing that I think Vision is the only one that would make sense that's not the big ass Hulk.
Right.
I think Hulk is the safest bet right now
Yep.
because it's a big character
Mhm.
that if he's CGI for scenes where he's just walking around regular or whatever, they're going to take that out because as far as we know, Banner can't turn back into the Hulk.
Yep.
So that's a pretty big spoiler. Even if it's not just, oh, we don't want to show you Hulk's wearing
Also,
clothes.
isn't Banner in those scenes?
In one of them, I feel like
I thought Banner was in one of those scenes. That's why I was like, did they do the point where it's like they split Hulk and Banner? But if that's the case, that won't be Smart Hulk. That would just be Hulk, wouldn't it?
I don't know. That's an interesting idea though, because that is one place with Hulk that they've not gone yet. Not just to make him Smart Hulk, but to have him interact with the Hulk outside of
Yep.
their body, you know.
Well, he actually splits where it's Banner. There's Banner and there's Hulk.
Right, they're two separate
Yep.
entities. I'm gonna look up the trailer real quick and just have it play on silent to see if he's in those scenes. I
Sure.
feel like he is in one of them, but
I
not.
thought he was in one of them. That's why. I don't know. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. But if I feel like whatever that character is, whatever that
Loud.
character is gonna be it's got to be a spoiler thing. So
Yeah. See, the one where they're on the field,
yeah,
looking up, Banner
Yeah.
is in. Banner is in that shot.
he is. But still,
So
that's
if it's Hulk,
that's easy enough to fake. Still,
sure, absolutely, dude. They can add in a character, no
there
problem.
could be several characters. in
Yeah,
that.
there could be several. Yeah, exactly. They could be looking up, like, people could think, oh, are they looking up at Captain Marvel? It's like Captain Marvel could be in that shot.
Captain Marvel could be that shot, and that's another thing that would be a spoiler.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just think for sure, and they had to know that people are going to notice that shit now.
Of course. And well, but the beauty about doing that now is that because of how much they can actually edit.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're editing.
Right.
Like, do you remember that bloody scene in in one of the trailers for Infinity War where they're all running?
Right, and the Hulk is in it.
Hulk is in it. I'm like, but it looked more full, and they've got it. It was completely different than what you got.
Right. That is why people are looking at these trailers
Sure.
so hard.
But then,
Like even the instance where they're in an office
Yep.
and Ant-Man helmets up, War Machine helmets
Yep.
up, um, there's a gap in the middle of them. Could be another character standing there. If it's not, then even without that, uh, people are like, "What the hell is going on?" Where they need to
Exactly.
shoot up in an office. Like, what scenario is that?
There's so many things, and that's why I'm like, as much as
That's
say,
they're thinking maybe villain turned hero because then they're like,
right, right, right,
you know,
and that's why Ultron is the
as
thing.
something that people are speculating.
Sure, sure. Um,
And in Cap's speech, I guess at the beginning, they're not showing Cap, but it's him talking about the aftermath of like
right,
some
right,
people
right. Yep.
move on. They're saying at his last bit of dialogue sounds like Ultron is what people are saying.
Wow.
I think that that's reaching because it's just like a weird effect that's happening because it's like sound effects mixing in
Right.
with
Like it's fun because there's all theories and whatnot now that we're getting. You know,
right.
it's all about theories at this point.
All we can do is speculate.
Yeah, and that's fun. Like I think people enjoy that. Uh,
To us
huh?
because they've lied to us in the past.
Right.
It's so it opens up speculation so much, which is exactly what they want. That's
Of course, because that means people are talking about it,
exactly
and
exactly.
you want people talking about it because
Yeah.
that means that they're interested. It's when they're not talking about something, it's like, oh, what's this? What does that mean? Maybe some people aren't talking about it because like they don't, they know that they're gonna watch it regardless of what. Maybe they don't have any speculations. It's like it's fun. I enjoy talking to people who aren't like into a lot of these things, say as much as we are.
Right.
Because then it's like I'd ask them something like that. Like it's like, what are your thoughts? And it's just like, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna looks like it's gonna be fun. And I'm like, I kind of like that's I like that.
To me, I hear when I ask people who don't know is fun to me because they speculate, but they speculate in wild directions
Right.
because they don't have context.
Exactly. Like, dude, the Spider-Man stuff.
Right, right,
That Spider-Man stuff, man. I'm speaking to it with people who are either into comics and who aren't into comics,
right.
and
And they all
this
there's way opposing.
is way different. I'm just like, cool. Like, we're all getting something different from it, and I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Like, are there times where you wish it's like, I wish I wasn't like in the know as much as I do, but I still like it.
Um, I think with some of the comic book movies, it would be good. Like we talked about it about the new Spider-Man trailer
Yeah, yeah.
because I was saying like this is for kids and people who've not read the comics ever.
Mm-mm.
Because you're introduced to a character where if you know anything about the character, then you kind of know where the story's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's again the Spider-Man. I brought up the Spider-Man PS4 game. It's like you meet a character before they become a villain, but you
Right.
know the villain, then you know where that story's going to some degree. And I feel like with Mysterio, it's very much that same thing.
Right.
But if you've never heard of Mysterio before,
No,
or you've only seen like maybe a picture of him, you don't really know what his thing is,
they're not
then
gonna
you
know.
yeah, you're not gonna know. And then when
Yeah.
they go, oh, he's basically like Iron Man and
Yeah,
Thor.
it's like, oh, this guy's awesome. He's got like Doctor Strange, the light discs,
Exactly. And you're
and
like, fucking Jake Gyllenhaal's there, and
yeah,
he's
it's like he's cool. And
yeah,
then
I'm
when they
into it.
watch the film, they're gonna be like, what the? He's what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for those of us who know it, then we get to go. Ooh, it's kind of like the for me, it feels like when everybody was going nuts over the red wedding in Game of Thrones,
Right.
but then you would always have videos of people's reaction because some of those people read the book and they knew it was coming. So they film you because they know you're going to be shocked, right?
Sure.
It's the same idea, but now I've read the material, so I know that the shocking twist. They don't know it. In regard to like Mysterio, so like I know where that's going because I know he's one of the Sinister Six, yada yada yada. I know that he has a past where he's pretended to be a hero before.
Mm-hmm.
I have that context. I can see where it's going. people who don't have that context, they go, "He's Iron Man of Thor. Look at the lights, and he's got the domes on his head for a minute. I think I remember pictures of that. I like how he's fighting the big water man. I think I've seen that before. That's
Right,
like a
right, right. It's like, oh, that's I used to watch the cartoon back in the day. Or it's like, oh, it's a yeah.
and all those little like 122 in the background.
Those are like hardcore geek shit, though.
It's hardcore geek shit, but it's hardcore red herrings.
That's
It's
why I'm like, yeah. It's Are they feeding it to us to
yeah,
be like,
now
yep,
they're taking control of all that Easter egg culture, and they're going, okay, we'll put out. Remember that cover where Hydra Man appeared? Now they'll speculate that it's Hydra Man.
it's
You
crazy
know?
because they're basically planting eggs that
Oh
aren't,
yeah,
yeah, that aren't like, oh, by the way, that's rotten eggs.
it's not
Not
though
even
because
rotten, not even rotten eggs, but it's like they're literal Easter eggs.
right, they're homages
Yep.
to something that we aren't gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is perfectly fine. But and
Crazy.
even in the with the in game stuff, where they're purposely giving us shots where they're like, well, they're probably gonna know that we're giving frames from any part of this movie.
Mm.
Ones where there's big gaps where we've known that we've given them trailers where like Spider-Man is missing from the Civil War trailer
Right.
and stuff like that. We've done that to them before, but only the hardcore people know that that's happened.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just seeing a trailer. They're just seeing the characters and they're going back to the movie. They're not thinking about the gap. They're not thinking about maybe the Hulk is there. That's for
Right. It's for us.
us.
Yeah. They just
So
see the trailer and go, oh man, this looks like it's gonna be crazy.
right. So to me, the speculation is fine. None of that shit ruins it for me because it's all us just enjoying it. That's the proof of enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh
the
yeah.
where we liked it is that we're still talking about it and we're talking about where they could go because we're excited to see what they do and we hope
Mhm.
that they surprise us still. And that's cool, man. That's
I'm
cool shit.
just it's exciting stuff, man. Like I know some people like I'm getting bored of superhero movie. Like, dude, I'm on like whenever I go to the restroom,
Yeah.
I browse Twitter
Mm-hmm.
because that's mainly the only time I browse it.
Sure.
And it's yeah. Um, you see, like people love complaining about everything, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like
Glad I'm not.
everything. Yeah, and I'm just like, man, life is. I don't know if you enjoy life, man.
Some people's enjoyment is to hate on other people's shit.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know that life isn't all peachy for everybody. That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's definitely a fact. But
Yeah.
when it comes to entertainment, it's just bizarre to just, you know, oh, it's garbage. I hate it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I don't want any more of it. They're all the same type of
I
stuff.
feel
I'm
like
just like,
people who have they're all the same mentality are people who don't watch them.
oh
They're
yeah,
saying that all the trailers are the same, basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I'm like, no, you have to actually see them
yeah.
to be able to compare them to each other.
Watch the movie.
I had a friend a friend of mine that I was telling about I think we were talking about MCU movies or something, and he was like, "Yeah, I have not seen any of that stuff. They're all garbage or whatever." And I was
I was
like,
like, oh,
"Oh,
how do you know they're garbage?
yeah." I was like, "There's actually really good ones, man. You're not gonna like all of them, obviously, but
No.
there's really good ones in there." And then like very shortly after, he was talking about Ghost World, and I was like, "Dude, you love a comic book movie. You just don't know it's a comic book movie."
Did he love
I,
Ghost World?
yeah, he loves Ghost World.
Oh, that means it's like, oh, that means you're a comic book movie fan.
Yeah, it was like
Do you
everybody.
like Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I think a lot of people just don't realize that they like it, so they hate on it because they go, "I don't like the stuff where there's capes and superpowers."
Oh, okay, so you don't like superpowers. Okay,
That's not all comic books, you know.
right.
But anywho,
Yeah, it was good.
so yeah, that's our bit of speculation on the extra bit of speculation. Are you gonna actually have this as a separate thing, or just put it as a in
Oh,
cap?
I've already uploaded
Oh,
the
okay.
episode, so I'm just gonna title this one Endgame, further Endgame discussion.
Ultron theory.
Ultron theory. Endgame Ultron theory. There we
There
go.
you go. Perfect.
Hey, you get like a double. I'll upload this right after I upload this one.
Fucking gangster, man.
Why not, man? We've got like content. If we record it, why not?
Why not, man?
Why not?
That's pretty celebratory.
I think so.
One
You should have added. You should have a button that does that.
of these days. One of these
Yeah.
days.
Just implement it into your keyboard thing, so it's just there.
Right.
Or even like record yourself, say it, and then put effects to it so it sounds like its own version of it. Yeah, it's not as good. I thought you were gonna add like an echo or something to it.
Try, maybe.
Can I do all three? Can I do all three?
Try go.
No, it's still terrible. It's still terrible. Still terrible.
So dumb.
It's something.
Anyway.
Cheers for checking out this episode, this short one. Check out the main one.
Guys. Stay chipper chaps.
Stay chipper.